Howdy. Hi everybody. It's Sunday Solstice and it's also Sunday stretching. Hi. I think I'm like sitting here trying to think of like what I'm not doing, because that's how I've been feeling when I start streams, like, oh, I'm not ready. But I think I'm actually like mentally at that point where I'm like, I don't think I'll ever feel ready when I'm streaming, and therefore I feel okay right now because I'm just like, I'm here, I have on yoga pants, I have the ability to take off my sweater when I get too hot, and the sun is out enough that I don't have to turn on the lights, the windows are already closed, my little beanie baby's awake and downstairs, and I didn't even have to clean up at all, which is good because that would have sucked if it was messy in here and I didn't notice. But yeah, so it's Sunday stretching. I will probably just start off just kind of like doing a little bit of movement in my body because I have been kind of still for the last few hours. Just make sure I'm like awake enough to even stretch, you know. When you get out of bed and you just like put your arms over your head like you do one of these. Not because you're gonna do a full workout or anything, it's just like a starting point. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Just do a little check-in. Just kind of check in with it all. Yeah, so it's Sunday, and one thing I want to say is I apologize for the last week. If you have been a loyal follower on my channel and you're used to me being on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays at a specific time, there were a lot of schedule changes last week, and even though I communicated them via Twitch, it for some reason didn't go through. So Monday, I made a conscious effort to be here and stream on time. So I got last minute plans on Monday that were going to be around the same time as my stream time, and so I said, hey, I'm going to be running a little bit late, but I do something at exactly 6. If I have a little bit of time, like I can come, you know, right after that. My plan was to just hop on stream and say, hey, sorry, and then peace out, which is what I did. And as far as I know, I remember talking to the camera long enough that I had it on the window. I had come back over here. I was sitting having a full conversation, and then I got up and went back over there. And I imagined that had to be at least a full 2 minutes, because you guys know I'm a yapper. I imagine that had to be at least 2 minutes worth of content. So I can see it's recording just like it is right now, hopefully. And so I close it out. I'm like, okay, yeah, like I won't be able to stream today. I'll be back on Thursday. I actually said I was going to try and come back later in the week. So I'm kind of glad that didn't post because I wasn't able to come back. But yeah, basically, when I went back to look at the VOD, which was supposed to be the Thursday that I was supposed to stream, there was no VOD. And it said that the last time I had logged in was that Sunday, and basically didn't even say that I was on at all on Monday. And I'm not really sure why that happened. Like I said, it was just me saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to stream today. Like, I did not do anything other than that. But my hope was that even if there is somebody that's like really waiting for me to start at a specific time, that they can see that I logged in, right? So it'll say like last logged in, 4 hours ago or whatever. It didn't even say that. It just said last logged in like, Sunday or whatever day. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so it looks like I just really didn't try, which is unfortunate. But I did. I was here. I made a post. I definitely put in an effort to be here. So yeah, I'm sorry if it didn't look that way, but that's the reality. So that was Monday, which ended up being a very interesting night because I thought I was going to a barbecue, and it ended up being me watching a friend get her car worked on. It didn't actually get fixed. But we were out there so long, it pretty much was dark by the time we were done. And so we didn't end up doing anything yeah, we didn't end up doing anything with the barbecue. That's like a whole other thing that will be really funny later. I'm not going to bring it up right now. But then we ended up on a boat, which is always a great plan. I'd say, like, if you end up on a boat, whether it's summer, winter, raining, whatever, boats are so fun. So that was nice. Meeting boat people where I live it's like a whole, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I guess if you live in where I live your whole life, then you kind of have a better understanding of like all the things in my state that are really good, Washington, to do. And yeah, we're really lucky. We're really lucky that we have so much water and like so many options to even do that, because there are obviously states that don't have any water, you know, they don't have access to the ocean, or they have very few lakes and stuff. So like I'm very grateful for that, for sure. It's all I've ever known as well. Like, so but yeah, so there's that. And then I feel like I also went out the next day. No, the next day my friend invited me to someone's birthday party, and that was on the beach where I live. So I didn't have to drive too far. It took me like 5 minutes to get there. A really fancy restaurant on the water. And then again, I don't know any of these people. We went back to one of the person's house. We were supposed to go bowling, but you know how people get, they start drinking, and I want to say like an hour or 2 hours into it, it was very clear that we weren't going to be leaving to go bowling anytime soon. So then we ended up leaving. And then I'm trying to think, did we get on a boat again after that? Oh, I did. I went and met up with a friend, the same friend from the other time. I met up with her, and then I chilled on her boat with her for a little bit, and then went home. And that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I had my massage, which was great. I did not have a chiropractic appointment. I thought I did. I usually do them back to back, but for whatever reason, I didn't do that this time. So, no chiropractic work. Still just trying to keep my own spine aligned and all of that. If I do something like that, I do plan on telling you guys, just so it like, you know, I'm not just saying like, oh, I did this stretch and this is what helped me, when I'm like leaving out like a major portion of like, no, I actually went to the chiropractor. But I think I told you guys, like, I have like irregular curvature and curve in my back. And it's not like, you know, permanent or anything, but it's kind of like having like a physical therapist in that sense. And yeah, it's just something that like you kind of need someone to like guide you through that. Like you can't just move it on your own. But yeah, so other than that, Thursday was Juneteenth, which if you are familiar with the holiday, I think it became a legal holiday in like 2021. Basically it's the day that black people were allowed to find out that they were free, because they had become free, you know, legally on paper, but a lot of people didn't have the information, and they weren't allowed to read, or the information was like hidden from them. So they were just chilling, doing what they normally did. Not chilling, the opposite of chilling. They're doing what they normally did, and then that, you know, they found out that way. So June the 19th, and yeah, there's like a festival sort of thing going on. My sister, she owns a candle shop, and it's obviously a black-owned business, so she's like really tapped into all of the like markets and all the things like that. Oh yes, perfect. This is such the intro. She's like over here in the corner. So yeah, anyways, while I was there, I don't know if you can see this, but I was watching something the other day, and it was talking about crystals, and like I don't usually talk about crystals, because to be fair, like I was really into crystals for a long time, and then I started learning more about like, you know, research and data and things like that, and I moved closer to like philosophy and like sound things that, yeah, I mean, I still ended up in like parapsychology and like, you know, the other realms as far as that's concerned, but so basically I ended up looking back at crystals, and I was thinking like, you know, like I still have a bunch upstairs, like pretty expensive ones, and I just think like, you know, I don't really like gather anymore, and just that thought in my head bruh, this literally popped up, and when I tell you I was thinking of something like this, it is so crazy. It was like maybe 3 days turnover time to me thinking to myself, I want to get more crystals, and also like just the way that this works in my head, like it's hard to explain, but like this specifically how it looks is just like, oh my gosh, like you're listening, and that's great. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, it really is just like a random tiara, but oh no, not sticking my hair. Yeah, it really is like a random tiara, but for me it's like it's like the significance of like that manifestation power where you think of something and you don't have like an expectation of what it's going to be like. You just know like the qualities that you want it to have, or like the way, you know, how you want it to be presented or whatever. And like, yeah, I would have never thought of this. I absolutely would have never thought of this. But now that I see it, like it just makes sense. Like it just makes sense. So yeah, that's how I feel about my tiara right now. And that's what I did on Wednesday. I was there till pretty late. I think I didn't get home until like dark, honestly. And then I think I just went to sleep. I haven't really been doing anything other than like, I feel like I've been really tired, if that makes sense. Like not sleepy, but just like tired. So yeah, Friday I stayed home. I didn't do anything on Friday. Yeah, I think that's true. Is that true? No, it's not true. I went to like, or was that Saturday? No, yeah, Friday I went to a party. That was awkward. It was only awkward because I didn't know anybody. It wasn't like a bad party. It was probably a good party if you knew people, honestly. But I love a party with a theme, but I didn't know anybody there. It's like those situations where you like, you know just enough people to look lost or like a third wheel the whole time. And I was like, I don't want to look like either of those things. So I just bounced. And it was, yeah. That's basically how it went. And yesterday, oh man, y'all. I don't know if we're ready to say this on camera. I don't think I'm going to say anything. I went out last night, and that was cool. Yeah, so I'm basically ready for starting a new week, starting the second half of the year. Like, it's a very grand start to the year, or to the second half of the year for me. I feel like very significant way to end the first half, and significant to start the second half. If you know where I was in January, like December area, like y'all, the OGs in the channel know, like that shit. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I think that also, I feel, having been able to document everything on Twitch is like that much more exciting, because you really, like, I feel like I wouldn't have noticed the growth that I've had I not, like, have a record of it like I do, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. It's like sometimes you don't notice things until, like, you're so far away from where you started. It's, like, really nice to be able to look at, like, little periods of time and still see growth. And I feel like that's what's happening. It's like, oh, like, I would have never reflected back on those specific months or issues I was having because I was just looking at the bigger picture. Yeah. Also, my toe doesn't look like so fucking disgusting anymore. It's getting like way better. I feel like in the next 2 weeks it'll be really good. Oh, okay. One down the middle. It's only 6:15 right now, so I'm moving a little bit fast, but not too fast. I do want to add in some hip stretches. I'm really trying to get the side stretches in because, you know, like I tried to do that foot thing for the shuffle, the shuffle day, and then I worked on mobility for it last week. But I have some stretches I'm going to add in for them as well. So that'll be on there. And then also, final thing, which is in the title. I said this last week, and I just want to make sure I'm clear about it today and now. I will be switching stream times officially, and this technically I wanted to start it today, but it would have been too much of a surprise and people wouldn't have known. So I'm saying it today, but it will technically start tomorrow, and that is 11 a.m. start times, stream times, updating from 6 p.m. to 11 a.m. And it's for the same reason I said before. I feel like as the day is long, and even though they're getting shorter now, the days are still going to be long for a significant amount of time, and the weather is going to be nicer. So it's more likely that it'll be better for me to have that time open for social activities versus to the daytime like I did, basically when there was no sun, and it was like, as soon as the sun goes down, like what else are you gonna do? You might as well just start your activity. So yeah, basically reversing it, just like everything else. So it's gonna now be early stream times, and I will be doing that starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. streams. And this is, if you guys know, like when I was building my routines, this was a big struggle. This was like a really big struggle of like making the routines and finding something that like really works, and it being detailed enough where it doesn't feel like a burden. So you kind of titrate, like slowly add things into your routine. But I am essentially just switching two things: start time of one thing and the start time of another. So social activity parts are gonna switch, and I think that'll be good. I won't have to go check the mail, super early. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so what else is new? Yeah, it's like, does it feel like a new half of the year to you? Because that's certainly how it feels to me. I feel like it's one of the first times, and maybe, honestly this is going to sound weird, but I feel like it's just the first time I have not been on birth control ever. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. And I think that's why, like, I can feel the seasons, like I can really feel the seasons. Because if you hadn't have told me that it was solstice, like, I think I would have figured it out. And even like my body, like I haven't been really eating, but it's not because I'm not healthy, like I'm just not hungry. I've been like as active, if not more. And it's just like, natural cycles of your body. You do like hibernate, right? You pack on a lot of weight for the winter to stay warm, and then you shed that for the summer. And you guys know, like I kind of like started going back to the gym out of nowhere. So yeah, I feel like my body's responding to the literal seasons of the planet, and that makes me feel really good. And I manifested this freaking tiara. I don't know if you can tell because I feel like it has to hit the light just right, but these are like aura crystals, or aura quartz. Which essentially, if you ever see a crystal that has like multiple colors in it, that means exactly what it sounds like. It's got like multiple realms or dimensions to it, not just like a solid like rose quartz or something. At least that's how I like to think of them. And thoughts create things. So that's exactly what I said. Okay, I'm gonna do one more deep one here, and then I'm gonna come up. Alright, if you want to come all the way up first, you can. Sometimes it feels nice just to come all the way up before you go to the sides. I feel like I should put some music on. It's like a little too quiet.
Oh my gosh, she's literally just like staring at the floor. This is actually feeling so good though, stretching. Like I almost don't want to put music on, but I do because it's like it's too quiet. Go back. We were just there. My remote is like delayed. Technology has been trolling me the last couple of days, and and I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but it's really funny. I don't know. It's literally stopped. I wish you could see this. It literally stopped on a show called Practical Magic, and I'm just trying to get to the fucking lo-fi channel, which is right on the main page, and it just switched, like, just went away completely. What the heck? Oh my gosh, okay. I'm just going to YouTube and find another one. Okay, I'm just gonna type in lo-fi, honestly, which is like probably something I do the least. But I need to calm down. I feel like I'm talking very high pitch right now. I really love their reverbs. I want to feel like a reverb.
QFC stocks fresh produce daily, including crisp lettuce, juicy blueberries.
But I shouldn't get caught up in that. Okay. Over to this side. Ah. Okay, last one. There we go. And then over this side. Hands behind my back. Up. Okay, now I'm gonna go down. Wait, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go this way. So I got this really good idea, and this is probably a very simple idea that people have thought of way faster than I did, but I really like hot yoga, and I like hot yoga because the way it makes my body feel while I'm doing the yoga. Like, I don't like being cold, and I feel like when I'm in hot yoga, not only am I not cold, but my body is warmed up for me, so I don't have to it's like your body's already warmed up in a sense, you know, like physically, not like literally. Like, I feel like I just like did a bunch of push-ups even though I didn't, because my body is like already warm. And so yeah, so I was thinking, instead of going and paying for hot yoga like I end up doing just for the heat, not because I actually want to be in someone's class, I'm just gonna like hotbox my own room and see what happens.
So, you're gonna be here with me when I do it. I think I'm probably gonna do it obviously for like body things Thursday. But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see if I can make my own hot yoga space and how I feel about that, because if it wasn't for the fact that they have hot yoga, like it's hard to do at home. If it is, I just never thought of it. I wouldn't go to class really, because like I like being able to like go at my own pace and do the things that I want to focus on and like listen to the things I want to listen to. And going to the class, I feel like, is more or less when you're like learning, or if you need like the accountability of like someone else being there and like checking in on you. But you know, I don't need all that. I'm already a certified yoga instructor, so I mean, plus I have so many anatomy classes under my belt. Okay, I'm just gonna like switch over like this. Close that.
What does my hair look like? I always forget to do my hair, I swear. Even when I do my hair, I feel like it doesn't look like I did my hair, but like when I really forget to do it, I always look back at the camera, the videos, and I'm like, why? Why didn't I even try?
My little doggy. I feel like I have like my whole back turned to the camera. Oh my gosh, sorry. I wasn't even thinking about that for that little bit. I'm sorry. Sorry. Turn back this way.
I'm gonna try to do some of the hip stretches that I was mentioning. And these are outer hips, the sides. Basically, if you're here for my my shuffle practice day where I try to teach myself how to shuffle or move, where you have to bring your knees together in order to proceed. And I couldn't do that, and that wasn't something I didn't know I couldn't do until I tried to do it, and then I realized it was because I didn't have the flexibility in a certain area, and I learned that that was connected to my hips. So that also is probably why sometimes my back hurts. So I'm feeling like these ones here, anything that's going to dip that side is going to be like a good one. So like this, for example, right? It's like I think that's right. Yeah. It's not like a ton, but if you are able to drop right in this area, I don't know how to describe the angle, but I can feel a pull basically going like through my side. My arm is locked out right now. I'm just kind of letting it sink. It actually does feel nice though. I need to like switch. So this is what it looks like from the opposite side. I'm trying to do it on this side's a little straight. I gotta do it this way first. Okay, here, so it's at the front. Okay, this one. Yeah, okay, so the foot that the side that you're stretching, that's the foot that needs to be in the front, and then the one that you're not stretching needs to be behind it. Oh my goodness. That's like one of those stretches where like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it feels good, but like, because I can't rest in it, it's like a little bit of work. But like also it feels like it could Charlie horse if I just fell asleep like that. Like I want to. It feels good to stretch that. There was another one. I'm gonna see if I can find it on here. Okay. Oops, the sound. Okay. So basically, we're here, and then we're gonna pull back. Which I think we've done before. I've done this one before, but I haven't like officially added it to my routine. So yeah. I think I'll just, like, I like having these lines because then you can kind of see where I'm at. So my foot that's facing forward is pointed out, and the back of my foot is in line with my knee on the other side. And then I can pull back this way. I should feel it stretch through here, but then I can also lean to the side this way, and I should be able to feel something here. I kind of have done that with Mobility Mondays where we just like kind of come up and down, but just like essentially holding them. And this one, I don't do this one on Mobility Monday, so leaning back, I can definitely feel it back here. And again, my foot is aligned with my knee, just kind of directly across. And then back up. I'll switch. Ooh, that moves something, because just now my leg didn't go back in the same speed and pattern that it normally would. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's hot now. Ooh, I did not check that before I pulled it off. I would have been messed up if there had been something else going on down there. That's how you know I'm relaxed. I'm not even thinking about it. Again, my knee and my foot are aligned together. Same line. I'm going to the side. And then I'm gonna keep my knee bent when I come back. I'm not like straightening out and then coming back. I'm like keeping it bent and then coming back like this. Just hold. Okay. So this next one is going to be standing, but still working on the same thing. I'm going to go to the side one more time since these are new. And whenever you do new stretches, you should always rest in them for a very, very long time so your body can kind of sink into the range it already has. And you can feel where the range is versus to just hoping you got it and getting a little too confident or not being confident enough. Okay, back one more time. And then I'm gonna come up. Oh, my shoulders just popped too. Okay, so basically, this one is also for the sides of the hips. You're gonna just pick a side, cross one foot over the other, and then you're going to dip to one side. You should be able to feel it on the side, and honestly, what they're doing in the video is they're actually holding weights. So if you want to have it a little bit of a deeper stretch, or if you really want to strengthen your hips while you're doing it, you can hold weights. But it's just really about the mobility for this part. So just making sure you stretch it out. You can also go to the other side too. You should feel it in both hips, but just make sure you cross your feet both times. Opposite directions, opposite feet. And if you're like me, you might want to be careful. You might have something to lean onto, because I'm almost falling over. Okay, switching foot, switching feet, the sides, left side now to the side, and wait, no, that's what I just did. Is it? I'm all confused again. Oh, this is the new side. Switch. I do feel like I should have something in my hands though, because I feel like, yeah, it's not very heavy. If I wanted to like really like pull the side, I feel like, yeah, having something heavy in my hands would make this stretch actually feel better. But I guess I'll feel it in my sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's done with the new hip stretches. I'll get back to the regular stretches I do from the back or on my back, and then I think we'll be done because it's already 6:40. And little bean. Alright. So what I'm doing when I lay like this, I'm not just laying out on the ground all flaccid. I'm actually pulling my arms up past my ears. So I'm trying to like literally pull my hands up and away from my ears. And then I'm pulling my belly button away from my armpits. That's how I think about it. Once you got that stretched, if there's something else you want to do, like kind of just like turn side to side, basically being on your back on a flat surface like the ground, which is pretty much the only flat surface, I guess, unless you're like laying on a really big countertop or something. That should be the most basic way to lay and live. If you can't lay flat on the ground, then you have severe alignment issues. So I always just like to tap in this way, just kind of see, like, does my back feel flat? Is there anything that feels uneven or tight? And sometimes just like pulling my arms up like this and then like kind of bringing them around in circles. Like if you're making like a snow angel or something like that, you might notice something that feels a little tight or feels a little different. And then that might be an area that you're like focusing on when you're stretching. You want to just check in with it, right? You don't want to find out a couple days later that that was the beginning of like a tear you could have prevented. Little baby girl. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring my knees to my chest. This is another way to check in with your alignment. Your back should still be completely flat from like your neck all the way down through your tailbone. Or your sacrum, I guess. It's also okay to roll in this a little bit, like if you want to test your mobility a little bit. Although mobility Mondays are a thing, it can be a good way to like check in to make sure your shoulders and stuff are stretched out enough and aligned enough. And then we do the feet. One foot from the outside, other foot from the outside, and go ahead and bring your knees apart here. If you can't bring your knees apart, then you can just keep your hands on your feet. If you can't grab your feet, then just keep your knees to your chest and work on bringing those in more. She's literally just spacing out over here. Okay, drop one leg, keep the other knee to your chest. Pull. She's like not moving. Pull over to one side. Outside. And back in. Now, a long time ago, I was not trying to do this, but I will attempt it now because I think I've gained enough flexibility for it to not be super embarrassing. But don't laugh because it should be way better than it is, and the only way to get better is to actually do it. So I'm going to attempt to start pulling my leg up, but I'm not going to try and pull it straight up. I'm actually going to try and pull it a little bit to the side because that's a different amount of stretching and it involves different parts of my body that I'm okay with right now. Yeah, so I'm going to do a side one, but if you really want to, you can do a front one. Okay, that wasn't so bad, but it's very far away still. Okay, I'm going to switch legs. Instead of just slamming one down and pulling out the other, I'm going to bring my leg up to it and then let the other one drop down. It's just a safer entry and exit. Right now, I'm just like making sure my back is flat. It's just now when I was about to start pulling my leg in, I realized that like half of my back was still like disconnected from the ground, and I should be able to feel the whole thing. I'm gonna try and do this side now. I don't know, I feel less confident about this side for some reason. Now she's moving. Well, I was leaning on you. I was leaning on you. Okay, actually, I wasn't, but. Ooh. I'm gonna come up. And back up. Crossover. Switch sides. And that's good. There's one more I was going to do here. I can't remember what it was. Oh yes, these ones. Quad stretches. Do not forget the quad stretch. These are good for hips as well. Anytime you can stretch your quads, get them in there. You can either do these ones seated or standing. So if you don't have a place to sit and you want to do it anyway, lean up against a wall. Just grab your leg or something to stabilize you. I think actually sitting upright is probably going to make it more of a stretch. Anytime I can keep my back straight, or anytime you can keep your back straight too.
for the most part. Sometimes curving your back will also stretch if you're trying to stretch it. I could hold that one for a very long time if I wanted to. It feels so nice on this leg. I fell asleep like that right now. I'm not gonna do that to you guys though. We have to finish the stream. So switch sides now. My right leg is straight. Remember, this is primarily about the quad right now, and then move into stretching fully down the side. Just let this part stretch up first. And check your alignment. Make sure you're not just like leaning to one side, because the whole point of the stretch is that you can do it when you're actually aligned correctly. Otherwise, you're just going to be preparing your body for danger. And not in the good way. You're putting your body in danger. Okay, now I can kind of feel it loosening up. And that's just like, that's the tenseness that my body has around holding this position, especially because I'm not used to doing this very much. So I just have to be aware of that before I move on. It's not how long I hold it for, it's how long it takes my leg to stop tensing. And if you're not sure if you're tensing or not, hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute. If you notice your leg kind of twitch or release, you're tensing. Most people don't even realize they're doing it because they don't hold stretches long enough for that to pop up. Oh my goodness, it feels so nice. Let's see if we can like lay back all the way. Ah. I don't know if that's good form or not, but I'm gonna have to do it on the other side too. I should have moved into this slower. So don't go as fast as I did. If you haven't done it yet, ease into it the way that you started the first time. I shouldn't have gone into it that fast. Okay, I'm gonna do the camel stretch, and then I think that's pretty much it for today.
So yeah, as usual, when I'm done, if you want to lay down and finish your stretching without me, don't have to get up just because I'm done. You can stay there, take some time to yourself. If you have more that you want to do, give into that feeling and do it. I'm certainly going to keep stretching because I just noticed that I haven't stretched. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I've never had this many things to do in 1 week. I mean, I have, but in a very long time. So yeah, I was just like, what the hell? What the helly? Yeah, so here we go. Grab one ankle from one side, one ankle from the other side. Make sure that's comfortable. If you can do that, see if you can grab both of them at the same time, and then lift up. There's only 2 minutes left. I just realized I didn't really stretch any arms. So if you don't want to keep going, you don't have to. But I'm going to finish out with some arms because I just realized I didn't do any. And I've been doing my handstands on TikTok. If you haven't checked out my TikTok yet, please look at it. I feel like my TikTok and my Twitch are two totally different spaces. Both of them are like essentially like health, fitness related. But I feel like my TikTok is just, it's just handstands right now. There's a little bit of like concert stuff sprinkled in, not really, because I haven't really been to any shows in a while. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh my gosh, yes. So I feel like if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. I have been doing better. I'm still not at the place where I can just pop up, without a wall or anything, but I feel like when I use a wall, I step away from it, I'm not 10 seconds, I'm close to 10, how about that? From being not able to do it at all, just leaning up against the wall completely, to just being able to do it for like a second to 2 seconds, all the way now, probably I would say like 7 seconds. I haven't looked at the clock, I can always go back and look, but my problem now is not holding myself up, it's traveling for some reason. I keep like moving, and so when I move, then I try to like counteract that, and then I just like, push myself back and forth. Yeah, so I have to figure out why I'm like moving. I don't know why I'm moving. Other than that though, it's progress. It's definitely progress, and I think it's gonna look really, really cool in like a year. When we look back at how much progress has been made. But yeah, so thank you for being here. Tomorrow I will be streaming at 11 o'clock, hopefully. And please don't hold it against me if I'm late or if something goes terribly wrong, because building routines is not something that happens overnight, and there is a chance that I will mess up the time or something else. I might come on a couple minutes late or something like that, so just be prepared for that. Please don't, if you don't see me in the first 30 seconds or 2 minutes, just be like, oh, she's not coming, give me a couple minutes. I'm not even putting that out there into the world. I'm just letting you know, like, I do not usually, I don't stream that early, so I don't know how it's gonna go. But with that being said, I hope you have a great start to the second half of the year, and I hope that your solstice was as refreshing and renewing as it could be. And other than that, I will talk to y'all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific.